What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 AI only world battle with the Health and Plagues mod. We're going to go over the info addicts now because we're nearly at turn 250, 3 turns off. So let's get right into it. There is going to be another week, actually I should probably say in advance, of daily uploads of this series. I'm having some problems with shadow play and I don't have time over this weekend because it's Sunday already to sort them out. But at the end of this week, I finished school for 4 weeks for study leave. I have 3 exams to study for over the first week and a bit of that, and then I'm off. So there will be more time to find the solution, and I will be back, I promise, with a new EU4 series as soon as possible. But yeah, a lot of you are enjoying this series. It seems to be the most popular one ever in terms of, since it's only just started. But yeah, straight into it. Population, Vietnam in the lead, 15 million people. That's not that much, really. I mean, but for 1685 AD, I guess it is quite a bit. Texas then in second in North America, so a complete contrast there with 11 million. And you got Congo in Africa, 10 million. And then Russia and Poland, the two bigger nations, bigger civs in Eastern Europe, and 10 million each. And then we've got India, 6, Iroquois, 7, Rome, 8, Korea in 9th, surprising. Argentina also up there. Indonesia starting to drop off now. Crop yield, Texas out there with the Iroquois, the North Americans doing pretty well. Then you got Congo, Poland, Rome, head of Vietnam, Australia and co. Production, always a big one. Texas out in the lead. Then there's Congo and Vietnam, Iroquois in 4th, Poland and Rome again. These are definitely the top 6 civs, I want to say. And then there's people like Australia and maybe Brazil, I'm not sure. But Australia definitely, people like that who will show up quite regularly behind. But yeah, Rome, Poland, Iroquois, Vietnam, Congo, Texas, I think are definitely the top 6. Got GMP or economy. It's normally the only one I use for gold. That's the only reason. We'll go with this one. The Iroquois leading. Then you've got Congo and Poland quite a way back. Vietnam, Texas, Rome. Yep, and again Australia. Out here in 7th, Spain and Greece and Brazil have also shown up quite a few times just around. Below, land area, Texas, Vietnam, Poland, Congo, Iroquois, Rome, Spain, India, Assyria, Australia in 10th, who is the smallest, who's still alive. Ethiopia and Rhodesia, identical apparently. Military manpower, the smallest, yep, Ethiopia, but largest, Iroquois, 214,000 soldiers. Congo then in 2nd, Poland 3rd. Wow, Poland 3rd? It's a surprise. Spain in 4th, Songhai 5th, so that's where the surprises are. Texas all the way down in 6th, which is worrying. The Iroquois could take them out. Australia 7, Vietnam 8th, Rome in 11th, though Rome are fighting a war. Russia and Greece also in there. Brazil, Britain. Social policies, yep, no surprises. Poland out in the lead, 20, Vietnam 18, Morocco and the Inca, there's some surprises in there. Texas, Argentina, Congo, also up near the top. Happiness, is anyone negative? No, Korea's on 0, so they should probably do something about that, but it's not, yeah, a few poor, these guys are behind. But Tex, the leaders, Congo and Vietnam, 43. So even the top civs, there's a real spread about who is winning what category. Poland, Texas, then just behind 42. The Iroquois and Korea, 41. Rome are a bit behind, 39. So maybe they are still 6th place, just out of those top guys. I'm not sure. Brazil, Australia, Argentina, India and Songhai all ahead of them. Cities, Texas and Poland on 11, the Iroquois on 10, Rome, Congo, Spain on 9, Vietnam 7, Brazil 7. Who's on 1? Who's down to 1? The Sioux, Shoshone, China, Rhodesia, Persia, Ethiopia all on 1. Science output, who's putting the most output? Vietnam, quite a way ahead of Poland, the Iroquois, Australia, Congo, Texas, Korea, Rome. Culture output, Vietnam, again, Congo, Poland, level. Texas, Australia, and wonders, Congo out in the lead, 5, Vietnam 4, Inca 3, Spain 2, Morocco, Australia. The Iroquois, Texas all have 2 as well. Faith gain, Morocco have a very strong religion, and other than that, yeah, great works. Everyone's got a few, you know, it's not, Assyria have the most with Congo, Poland, Vietnam. And there we go, info addicts done. We'll do a religion overview actually quickly as well, while this turn starts processing. So yeah, the dominant religion, I think I went over this recently, so I'm not going to spend too much, but it's actually Islam. I think it was Protestantism last time, but maybe not. But Islam in the lead, Morocco there, 37 cities, that's sort of Northern Africa and into mainly Europe as well, although Eastern Europe is now starting to follow Persia's Zoroastrianism, 29. 30 for Protestantism in North America, 19 Catholicism towards South America, and then 19 from Shinto in East Asia, and then Sikhism is dead. That leaves Eastern Orthodox, which is a small pocket of northeastern Africa, sort of Egypt. A few Congo cities are following it. I mean, the Congo capital isn't actually any religion, despite being one of the most important cities in the world at the moment, being capital of one of the larger civs in the game. Rome are making a better effort now to take Fez, and this may go a bit more their way, so they're going to add to their chunk of land in North Africa by the looks of things, and quite a big chunk as well. This Chile and Argentina pieced out, and wow, that is big. So the city of Concepcion, I think that's going to be how I'm going to say that, Concepcion, has been given in the peace deal. So that's game over for the Chileans. They're now smaller than ever, although they'll probably survive the entire game, at least until planes arrive. Vietnam making a lot of peace deals. Obviously we saw that coalition against Vietnam earlier, which means the Huns will be holding on to this city for a bit longer, depending how long China, Mongolia and co are willing to let them have it. This city they still haven't built a courthouse. The gripe has ended. I think that started in the Congo, but that may have been the previous disease. The Texans have got their rangers and are really trying, but it's not going to work for them to take the Chinook out. They really should be worried about the Iroquois here with their riflemen looking very strong out in the east of North America. The Aztecs are probably loving this, just the only one of the, well, I guess the Iroquois too, staying out of wars peacefully. Look at this, Texas just grabbing the end of this peninsula, probably annoying the Mayans. Iroquois caravel. Anyone else new? Any new people with caravels? I haven't seen any Mayan caravels just yet. Brazil are still fighting the Inca. I didn't notice that, but Brazil are still trying their hardest to get some units in there and get something done. Oh no, Chile aren't down to one city. They still have Chile and New Zealand. Good job, Chile. Argentina, the Inca out here. Australia, I think we can't count them out. I mean, I don't know. We'll see what Australia can come up with, but they are looking really strong. I mean, if I was playing as Australia, it would be worth it. Like, if you knew, obviously I know that there was no one else around, you could just build a massive navy. And you wouldn't build any land units, you just build a huge navy, go after Vietnam here, go after Indonesia, and then all of a sudden they could be winning. Okay, the Congo are still trying to invade Persia. It's not going their way. They are having some difficulties here, and all the Europeans are still staying ridiculously quiet. Poland, big development there, Gatling guns, which will make it very tough for Russia to invade Poland, but I don't think that was ever going to happen. That wasn't on the cards. It's going to be the other way. The land's filling up, which is making this area going to be quite interesting soon, with Assyria and Greece probably sharing bigger borders. Same, Assyria, Poland look like they're about to border each other. Bigger borders for Russia with everybody. Because everything just fills up. Because no one's really settling anymore. Oh, the Iroquois popped out another settler. Where are you heading, Iroquois settler? Is it going to settle here, or is it going to go over to Iceland? Who knows? It's probably going to settle on that bit of snow. They did settle Montreal. I don't know. Montreal, I guess. Quite recently. How? Okay, I was gonna say. Oh, is that where was that thing? There was an Australian caravel, wasn't there, in the middle of like a lake? Where? Oh no, it's gone. It's left. That was really weird. But yes, it has left now. Oh, okay. I should have been looking at this. My bad. There we go. Rome have conquered the city of Fez, leaving Morocco down to 2, and it seems to be. Looks like the end of the line. Morocco struggling now, pretty badly. Morocco are pretty safe, unless the Songhai or Spain, I guess, could maybe do it. It'd be kind of tough, but Spain could do it. And Spain have 2 more settlers out. The AI doesn't usually build settlers if it doesn't plan to use them, and this one is embarked. Looks like it's heading for Iceland. Yeah, because the Iroquois just settled out on this island. They probably just want more coastal cities. That's probably all they want. More places to send cargo ships and stuff. Indonesia into the industrial era. Good job, Indonesia. You're keeping up. You're still one of the better off civs. Maybe we were giving you too much credit earlier on, but yeah, definitely fallen off now that Vietnam kicked you out of Southeast Asia. Oh, these two are definitely friends. India, I'm surprised there's not been a war here. They must be friends. India are pretty strong themselves, you know, they would be able to hold off a Vietnamese invasion at the moment anyway. Although, pretty easy to say, most of the Vietnamese units are up towards this China border and this Indian border. I think India are just lucky they're sort of spread out with these other cities that would make it really difficult. Up Vietnam with their first frigate, which shows they are advancing in the world, just advancing a bit now that they have frigates. How are you guys doing? Rhodesia, Zulu? Why is this Mayan workboat out here? What are you doing? Where are you going? Is there like a Mayan settler just completely randomly out heading for somewhere? So no one's settled Sri Lanka yet. There's still this big island here maybe someone might go for. Some more Pacific islands. Hawaii is still completely untouched in the middle of the Pacific, which is really surprising. I would have thought Vietnam or Indonesia, someone would have gone out here. Who knows, that may be where the Spanish settler is trying to go. Whether it will ever actually make it here is another story. Oh look, there we go, we do have our first cross-Pacific trade route, or the first one I've seen. Actually the Chinook have got one going to China, and then Japan have got one going into... Nope, that's not the Japanese one. The Japanese have got one going into this Aztec city. So there we go, the Pacific nations definitely 100% starting to become involved with each other now. That's good to see. I mean, Chile definitely have a big part. Okay, Australia then, yeah, as you can see here, trading across as well into South America. See, Chile play a big part in that now that they are in New Zealand. They're just sending their units across the Pacific. What is going on? Argentina, this is big because Brazil are just struggling and not taking really anything, and Brazil now border the Iroquois, which isn't great for the later game, bearing in mind how strong the Iroquois could become if they have planes and stuff, which they could very easily just sit in Machu and keep Brazil bogged down, while Argentina probably at less threat of that, and now they've grabbed a pretty good city without doing any damage to it. And it's a route, I guess, maybe. I mean, they can't actually access this city unless they go round the bottom of South America, but it's probably what Argentina needed anyway, because Brazil were making a lot of progress with all their islands, and yep, the Congo, I think, going to settle here, or they're going to go for Hawaii, which would be really, really awesome to see Congo, Hawaii. Because in the late game, it's unlikely we'll ever even see some of the bigger civs in the game fight each other. So the Congo will probably never fight any of the other people we're talking about in the top 6 civs at the moment, or I'm saying are in the top 6. Except maybe Rome, if they keep going in, and if the Songhai fall at some point. But, yeah, it's very unlikely. And Vietnam, again, they are very isolated from the other powers. I mean, Poland are fairly close, but still, there's a lot of people in the way. The Inca v Egypt. Okay, Inca pieced out with Brazil. Yep, and Brazil took a big 13 population city in the peace deal, leaving the Incans pretty weak. So I think we're going to see an Argentinian-Brazil war pretty soon. We have to. One of them has got to try to unite South America. I guess Argentina are pretty big though, but Brazil obviously being split in half won't help. But at the same time, for Argentina, will be fighting on 2 fronts. Argentina, never mind, they just declared war on the Aztecs. Maybe that is going to be the next sort of coalition of wars we're going to see break out in the Americas. Yep, the Mayans v the Aztecs. Okay, this is going to be bad. We saw the Aztecs try to attack the Mayans, they failed. We're probably going to see the Mayans fail too here. They just don't have any boats, the Mayans. I mean, they're just using land units, and I mean, they're putting land units in the sea where the Aztecs have boats. At least in the Pacific, in the Gulf of Mexico, it's a little different. Wonder if Texas will get involved if the Aztecs lose enough units. So they seem to have... Okay, they are still trying to take Chinook, but they've built up a few more units over here. They're a bit more cautious of the Iroquois, it appears. Also, Texas's population is much bigger, so I can presume they'll be able to. Their population will be, well, we know their production's higher. Either way, the Aztecs piecing out with the Iroquois. They didn't give away any cities. We've seen so many civs giving away cities in peace deals. It's been crazy. Both Chile and the Inca giving up big cities to Brazil and Argentina, which hands those two the power now in South America. The Inca were doing okay. See, losing Machu didn't help, but Brazil, I don't know who's stronger, Brazil or Argentina. Let me know in the comments, who do you think's stronger? See, Brazil have got 4 cities on the mainland, and all pretty big cities, all 13 population, then this one's 20, but then they've also got Manaus in the Falkland Islands and 3 Caribbean islands. Argentina only with 5 cities in the South American mainland though, and they split Brazil in half. But then again, there's not so much of a naval presence from Argentina. Yeah, the Congo are definitely settling here. Congo v Argentina, we could be about to see it. That is impressive. The turn time is really slowing down now. It's really hitting that point where it's just going to drop off. I think it's been 5, but unlike the 5 turns this video, but yeah, unlike the England or UK of 2014 campaign where I just showed highlights, which it was a style that was different. It did work quite well for the videos, but it was kind of harder to make. I don't think it would work for this though, because it's in between the turns, it's in the processing time that most of the stuff happens. Like, we see cities drop, we see what's going on. The Congo, they've upgraded. Sorry. They've got some frigates here, but there's no way they're going to take this city. Persepolis is in such a good spot. It's going to take so much. And Persia still have so many units too. It's going to be really tough. Oh, Russia actually fight. Oh, yeah, Russia, I think, still at war with Greece. I mean, that's what's going on here. I think Greece are finally sending a couple of units to have a look at what's going on. Or they're just out of space, so they're standing them here, which is annoying. Annoying Catherine. She's put her musket men here to make sure nothing's getting through, and that's pretty good tactic here. The musket man with 2 crossbowmen. It's pretty good tactics. Also, the Huns are going to be catching up with Russia, so if Russia don't act the same way that if Poland should have done more to not let Russia catch up with them. Are Mongolia trying to attack Poland again, or are these guys all just... Okay, yeah, they are. Yep, Mongolia are trying again. Poland have so many more units though. They messed up last time. It's not going to work this time. And there we go. Texas with the Brandenburg Gate. So they are definitely doing well, getting further up the tech tree. They will be near to the modern era, although the modern era obviously isn't the modern era as such, you know, sort of 1900s time. Great War infantry sort of units, probably another 15 turns or so away. Maybe a bit more than that. Texas, to be fair, only just got these riflemen. How's Europe looking? It's so quiet. I mean, there is actually a German force moving through Warsaw. I have no idea why. Poland did just... Actually, I think that's been there for a while. That's it. Poland have got quite a few more boats, I think. And they've probably got quite... Actually, I don't know. Maybe they don't. They've got a few up here just waiting. Oh, first ideology. There we go. I said we were getting near to the later era. Where is Spain going? I presume they're going to settle over here, which probably isn't smart. But you can do what you want, I guess. You know, if you lose it, it's not the end of the world. There we go. The Iroquois, first ideology, going for autocracy. And that means probably quite a few civs are going to follow them down the route of autocracy. I mean, having 5 or 6 powerful civs, though, does leave their room for them all to go their own separate ways. But usually, they will just follow. That tends to be what happens in games like this. The Iroquois will probably be followed down the route of autocracy, and they still have not... I mean, the Sioux and Shoshone are just trying to battle it out, but the Sioux here, I mean, 17 population, this would be a really good city for Texas, and Texas could easily walk in. Compared to the Iroquois, who've got all these lakes, making life very difficult, while this city... This is tougher from either side. I mean, if the Texas probably have the strength to do it, the Sioux just don't. You know, pikemen, bit late for pikemen. Japan, Hojo's just entered the industrial era. He's fell off. He was doing quite well at the start. Maybe now he's trading across the Pacific. That will help him out, though. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? And there we go. The Congo did settle. The one of the last bits of land remaining in the Americas. There's still a bit up here, still a bit to the east where Spain appeared to be going. But that does big. There's still space for a Panama Canal, and the Mayans could really benefit from one because they're not going to beat the Aztecs here, I'm afraid. Congo not settled any more islands, have they? Hawaii's still clear. There's no settlers heading this way just yet. And Indonesia are fighting Vietnam in the Pacific, doing battle in the 1700s. Interesting times. Okay, so Persia, yeah, there's not many more. What are the Congo doing? They're pretty exposed, the Congo. The Songhai going after Ethiopia. Interesting. That's quite an interesting one. Okay, Assyria are going to finish off Egypt, I think, in a minute. I think that's what this is. Anyway, Assyria could really throw in some surprises. They would be a big empire stretching all the way from sort of west of the Huns. I know, you know, the northern, this bit, from the north of the Caspian Sea, all the way down to sort of Sudan. That'd be pretty good for them. I think they'd be happy. And they just entered the industrial era alongside Brazil. So if you want a suggestion of how strong Assyria are, there you go. But yeah, let me know in the comments, Argentina or Brazil, and also Arabia or Assyria. I'd be interested to know, who do you think's stronger out of these two? I think it's Assyria. I think it's got to be Assyria, but let me know. Yeah, they are very spread out through some thin areas as well. You know, they can't actually access this northern city, the mountains, without open borders. And again, they have to, unless they want to embark, they've got to go sort of through the Suez Canal area to get into Africa. They've done it pretty well. They've got a lot of units here now. They could do with settling a Suez Canal to help with a war against Arabia, because all their boats, they don't have many, but you know, their boat, 2 boats, 3 boats, there we go, 4, my bad, 4, are all in the Mediterranean, and Greece would easily crush this if they wanted to, and take Nineveh pretty quickly, which would sort of cut off the way for Assyrian units to get back as well. So that is always a thought. But Greece, Alexander seems to be pretty peaceful today. Seems to be not up for his wars exactly. Okay, so I'm actually going to end this video a little bit early just because it's going daily again. I need to make sure I get them all done, so I apologise. Maybe won't be exactly 25 minutes each upload, so I'm sorry for that. But thanks so much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, maybe subscribe. Let me know, Brazil or Argentina, Assyria or Arabia. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.